To the start, for the start. Nah, we back at it. As we continue to progress into the future, it's going to be more and more and more and more incidents like this. Grand Theft Auto incidents. People taking the law into their own hands and making their own law and breaking the law in more and more higher rates. And eventually they're going to have to do something or implement something, excuse me, that's going to tailor the way of life for everybody. And then that's when things are going to erupt on a more violent level, because they're going to have to infringe on a lot of our freedoms that we are already being stripped of. This is Grand Theft Auto live in the flesh. You heard me?
Out of the vehicle, now running for it. There comes another passenger out of the back seat. These kids are struggling, and look at this. He's getting back in the vehicle. Another one back in the vehicle, and finally, CHP in the pursuit now, right by, is that CHP or Sheriff's? Yeah, CHP right behind him here. We're going to forget about that one passenger, but we now know of the driver and at least one other passenger. These were young men that jumped out of that vehicle, and now the pursuit continues through the Santa Clarita Valley. Guys, this is very, very dangerous.
Extremely dangerous.
Right, considered armed, all three of them, so that's a very dangerous situation there. And just the way he's driving. Dude,
oh my gosh.
Oh, and the oncoming lanes of traffic going the wrong way now. Jumped that median, and he is continuing the wrong way on Valencia Boulevard, approaching Railroad Avenue. Look at this, continuing with LAP. Look at this, oh my God. Oh my God.
That was close.
A near head-on collision.
This is GTA. Yo, the people, man, these motherfuckers, these real life people, obviously, they act just like fucking pedestrians. Like, if I send somebody in a high speed fucking chase and I'm driving down the street, I'm not gonna stay in my fucking same lane, my nigga. I'm gonna give this nigga as much space to do whatever the fuck you wanna do. Why am I steady trying to live my life normal as if my life ain't flashing in front of my eyes and I'm playing chicken with these motherfuckers and shit, even though they come into coming into oncoming traffic? Everybody that was in the other lane should have been getting out the way, but instead they trying to goddamn damn near help the police, gonna put their life at risk for some shit that they don't even know why these gentlemen trying to goddamn express their freedom. People is more pedestrians, man. These ain't nothing but NPCs, non-playable characters. This is GTA in the flesh.
Very, very close. A very close call there.
Look at this. Look, nobody. Look, what are y'all doing? At least you try to speed up a little bit. Like, yeah, get the fuck out of the way. Why are y'all not getting out of the way? I don't understand this.
Not at all.
And I think about that guy who jumped out of the vehicle, and then now he jumped back in the vehicle, and how did he change his destiny?
Right.
When it comes to how this thing is going to play out, it's so dangerous the way they're driving right now. If they're insistent on continuing this is not going to end in a good way. It's going to be a tragedy.
Yeah, I think he saw an opportunity to drop his buddies off, and then the one kid saw the cop pulling up behind him, and he figured, let me just get back in the vehicle. That's what it seems like happened there, but they have no chance of getting away after this. I mean, this is absolutely
they have no chance to get away.
The law enforcement just can't let this go. This has to come to a stop immediately. So you're going to see this entire area flooded with black and whites here within the next few minutes as he continues now through this parking lot and now coming back out the other side, back onto Valencia Boulevard, getting around.
Boy, LA, California is the real GTA, my nigga. They have the most pursuits where it just looks so fucking animated. Niggas is really doing this shit. And look at all the regular people. So they looking at him as the abnormal one, or these kids or these individuals as the abnormal ones. They doing what make them feel alive. Y'all doing this, and y'all in traffic hating that y'all finna run into rush hour traffic every fucking day of y'all fucking lives. doing the same shit every day until you die. Some may say, oh, that's better than goddamn living life on the edge. Is it? Especially the way that they got these loopholes set up in this system we living in.
That traffic. Soledad, what was that? Bouquet Canyon and Soledad, got it. So he's on Bouquet Canyon now, off of Soledad, continuing westbound away from Magic Mountain.
All right, so he's flying down in Santa Clarita right now.
Excuse me.
Luckily, though, and I'm not familiar with the traffic patterns in Santa Clarita, but these roads look wide open. The dangerous part of that is he could really open up the speed and get moving on this vehicle that, again, I'll reemphasize, it's going to be really hard to stop if it has to.
Yeah, the further away he gets from the 5, you can see traffic is a lot less. Opens up the road, as you mentioned, but at the same time, there's just enough traffic in the way here to really get somebody hurt, especially if it continues driving like this, blowing through red lights. And if I
We make it just stop immediately.
doing a circle around this group of cars, and he's into this apartment complex now, which I think leads him to a dead end. We'll widen out just a second and see if that's the case. You can see LAPD with their airship overhead, California Highway Patrol on the ground down there, now face to face with this CHP officer. He's going for a run. They're both jumping out. Driver and passenger jumping out of the vehicle, running through this apartment complex. Unfortunately, only that one officer that we saw here. Not sure if they're familiar with this complex, if they live in this area, no idea. But in any event, they're running through here on private property, waiting for more deputies to arrive on scene. I'm not sure that one CHP is just going to be able to catch up.
Yo, this is real life GTA. These like, bro. It's the millennial. This is 2022, man.
All right. Sorry, go ahead, Giovanna.
Just Chris Christie. This is Giovanna Lotta, and alongside Mark Brown. We're joining you now, and what a wild pursuit. These guys are driving, or have been driving, so dangerously, and now we are looking at them running through this complex, putting the people who live here likely in danger.
That's right. Trying to get the name of this apartment complex one more time. But the good news is that LAPD still has their airship overhead. He's able to call out the location and get those officers, even though this is a mutual aid situation. They're going to get the LA County Sheriff's Department involved here as they scale these fences, jumping through backyards, zigzagging their way through this apartment complex. It's now been several minutes since they've lost that initial.
They know what to do. Is you better get in the trees.
In the bushes now, looking for any nook or cranny to hide out, thinking they might be able to get away with this. These are 2 suspects of 3. One suspect jumping out of the vehicle, the moving vehicle, earlier in the pursuit, and now
these motherfuckers zoomed in on these boys.
But they have just way too many eyes on them at this point, guys.
Yeah, you know, if we can see them, we know the sheriffs can see them, and the LAPD can see them, at least from their airship. They're not getting away. Can you give me a sense of the location here? We know it's Santa Clarita, and it's a volatile situation.
They got sandals on.
If you live in this area, they've gone through backyards, and they're going to look to see if there's any open or unlocked doors.
Open doors
here. Lock your doors immediately. Lock your doors just as soon as you can. There are 2 people armed, possibly armed, thought to have been armed, who are now running around in your neighborhood, going through backyards.
One more time, Jay. Yeah, that's right, Mark. Trying to get across street here. We're just off of Soledad Canyon Road, and again, trying to get the exact location. Thank you for that, Jay. Yeah, they're moving toward this pool area. It looks like a pretty big apartment complex. They're on the rear side of it now, just looking for a spot to hide out. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you the name of this side street that they're coming up on. Actually, looks like more of a bike path potentially behind the apartment complex.
There's people there. There's folks there.
Look at this. They're now approaching the pool with people in the pool.
This ain't GTA, boy. Yo, this is hilarious.
We have to remind you, these 2 are believed to be armed. As they run through here, they're believed.
Don't look like they armed to me. They just running around lollygagging. Stop saying that shit. Y'all just want to shoot some niggas. Let's be honest. Y'all just want to shoot somebody.
Apparently, they see law enforcement within their line of sight here. There's the officers with their guns.
They just met y'all at the end of the day where y'all going.
They're finally giving up.
One LAPD, one LA County Sheriff deputy, both approaching these suspects with guns drawn. They immediately drop to the ground. That's the good news. The people in the pool, there was looked like a little girl getting a swimming lesson out there.
This is when playing in GTA in real life goes wrong. Because as we see, majority of the time when we play in GTA, it goes wrong. So if you're not willing to have a big risk for versus a big reward, you might as well slow down on the criminal activities and continue to learn more skill sets as far as acquiring different attributes for that type of life for the future. Guess we don't think about that, huh? I think if you're gonna be a criminal, you gotta be a criminal from the start, not have a criminal, not become a criminal after you get the degrees, the proper education, the proper knowledge, the proper know-hows. This is why most criminals today, they don't succeed, because they just chose to be a criminal off the humbug. Just, I decided to do this today because I feel like I ain't got no money. You ain't really never think it out over periods of time. It takes time to calculate certain different ways of life that you want to live. But it is what it is. You can do what you want to do and continue to amuse and entertain the rest of the masses with car chases and shootouts and all the other good shit. T for the star now. We gone. Appreciate it.
Guess it's a few minutes.